Alright, welcome everybody. In this video I'm going to create the 30 by 40 floor plan from scratch. So I'm not going to start with no pre-existing awesome template with, you know, symbols and layers already created. So we're going to go from scratch. So I'm going to try to do this also, just kind of do this kind of fastly. So I'm going to go to templates. I'm going to go to AutoCAD.dwt. And well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my units. So I'm just going to type in units. I'm going to change this to architecture. I know people in Europe are yelling at me like, no, we don't want architectural units. I know. Y'all don't want feet and inches. I get that, but I'm in Texas, so that's what we get. All right, so I'm going to go to OK. Click OK. I'm going to turn off my grid because it annoys me. I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to name this walls. I'm going to make my color my layer red. I'm going to change my line weight to, let's say, 0.30 millimeters. I'm going to make that wall layer the current layer. I'm going to close the X. I'm going to turn on my wall thickness dilly willy here. And then I'm going to start creating my wall. So because this floor plan is a rectangle, I can use the rectangle command. Wow, that's pretty neat. So I'm just going to start at the bottom left somewhere. I'm just going to drag it up. Oh, why is it yellow? Anyway, oh, I went to change it. I want it to be red and it made it yellow. Okay, so anyway, you notice the highlighted part right now says 10 and 9/16. I'm going to change this to 30 feet. I'm type in the feet symbol or the foot symbol. I'm at the tab key, and then I'm going to type in 40 foot. Hit the tab key again. Press enter. Let me zoom out a little bit. So that created a rectangle that's 30 feet wide by 40 feet tall. And before I go blind, I'm going to change my my wall color to red like I really wanted to. Like so. All right, there we go. Okay, so, and then what we can do is I'm going to offset this outside rectangle. I'm going to offset it 6. So I'm going to type in 6, press enter. I'm going to select my rectangle. I'm going to click into the inside of it. Boom. So that offset our wall thickness. I just made this 6 inches thick. So by doing that, instead of drawing individual lines, you don't have to trim and extend the inside part. But now what we need to do, I need to explode these lines because these are not individual lines, they're all connected when you use the rectangle tool. So I'm just going to type in X for explode, press enter, and I'm going to select these two rectangles, uno, dos, press enter, and now they're going to be individual lines. And that's important because we're going to use these lines that we have created to offset those to create our interior walls. So this main wall that goes down the middle, I'm going to offset it. I'm going to click on my offset tool. It's going to ask me for a distance. I'm going to type in 12 feet. And then I'm going to offset this line over to the right, 12. I'm going to offset it that one by 4 inches. So just keep in mind, when you want feet, you need to type in the apostrophe symbol after your number. If you're offsetting inches, then you can just type in the number with no symbol after it. So that's our wall kind of all the way down. And then I need to start offsetting this horizontal. And so the master bedroom is going to be 12'8". So I'm going to offset 12'8". This line down, I'm going to offset that 4. I usually type in O for offset in case you don't see me reaching up here for the toolbar. I just type in O, enter, 4, enter. I'll set that down. And then the bathtub is going to be 5 feet long, so I'm going to offset 5 feet this line down. I could, while I'm at it, I could trim this. So type in TR for trim. And I'm going to trim off this and these little guys. So now when I offset it, it's gonna offset the way I want it, and I have to keep trimming these lines every time. All right, so then I need to offset the, actually this wall is kind of a plumbing wall because it has a toilet against it. It has the bathtub and the sink. So I'm gonna offset this wall 6 inches for a plumbing wall. And then the bedroom, I'm gonna offset that 9 feet. Down, offset that 4. It doesn't say what the closet dimension is, so I'm gonna offset this line up because it does give us the dimension for that bedroom. So that's 9 feet. So offset 9 feet. This one up. Again, let me do something different. I'm just gonna grab this and drag it over instead of trimming it twice. Then I'm going to offset that 4. Let's see what we got left for the closet. I just typed in DI for distance. So we got 1'10". We're probably going to need, we're probably going to need at least 2 more inches there. Let's see, what can we do? All right, so I'm going to take those 2 inches out of the master bedroom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the stretch command. So I'm going to type in S for stretch. I'm going to create a crossing window. So left click, drag around this whole, all these walls here, and click again. I'm going to press enter, pick a base point, so just anywhere, and I'm going to drag this straight up. So I'm going to drag it straight up by 2. And now that made this 12'6" here. And then I can move this. I'm gonna move, I'm gonna move this wall down 2 inches. Let's double check what I got here. I want to have 9 feet. I want to have 9 feet from here to here, which I do. Okay, and then in the closet, I want to have at least 24 inches, 2 feet. Yeah, that works. Okay, so there's those rows, and then there's this closet is kind of divided in half, so each room will get half a closet space. So I'm gonna go line, I'll click the midpoint. So I need to turn on my midpoint object snap. And then I can look for the middle, which is that green triangle, and drag it up. And then I'm going to offset this line 2 inches on each side. So 1, 2. Erase that. Okay, so there's the walls there. Now I need to come over here for the closet and the washroom. So it tells me that that closet is 6 feet, so I need to offset 6 feet this inside line down. I'm going to grab this and just drag it over. Offset 4 down, and that's 7 feet. I'm going to offset 7 feet over there. Again, I'm just going to, I don't really like the new way that they did the trim and extend commands where it selects everything on the screen. I like it the old way. I know I can change it back to the old way, but nah. Okay, so offset that 4 to the right. All right, so there's that. And then there's going to be a closet for the washroom. So I'm going to offset this line 24 inches over. All right, let me trim it. 1, 2. Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to offset this line 4 inches to the left. Make sure I have at least 2 feet here. Yeah, we can always edit it later if we need be. All right, so there's our exterior walls, our interior walls. And all right, so I'm going to save what I have right now. So I'm going to file, save. I'm going to make this 30 by 40 floor plan. All right, save that. All right, there we go. Okay, so one last thing I want to do is I'm going to trim out the intersection where the interior wall slaps into the exterior wall. So I'm going to go trim. I'm going to select this little inside piece. Also these, where these two walls come in contact with each other. So you got to zoom in really close to kind of get these, kind of pan around. Click your little snubby lines to get rid of them. Also, when you're drawing your walls, you want to have like one continuous line across it. Not like, you don't want to have your wall be like 2 or 3 lines on top of each other. Little segments. Try to make them one continuous line, like from here to there, say. This whole thing is one line, not 3 or 4 little smidgen ones. Smidgen pigeons. I don't know. I just made that up. Okay, so. All right, there we go. All right, so there we go. All right, so that's what I would call step 1. You created your exterior walls and your interior walls. Next thing we want to do is we can either cut out our door openings or our window openings, or cut them both out at the same time. So usually you want to find where the center line of your doors and windows go, or sometimes you can find out where the ends of it go. So just know where you want to put them. That's the key, is knowing where you want to place them. Sometimes it's kind of like trial and error. So on this particular plan, the walls the doors and windows are not dimensioned, so we don't really know exactly where they're going to go, but we can just kind of use our best judgment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a no, I don't need to do that yet. I was going to make a new layer, but we can wait. So I'm going to go to offsets, and let's start with these windows down here at the bottom. So I'm going to assume that this window, the side of that window, is 2 feet from the end of this wall over. And then we're going to assume that that window is 36 inches wide. So I'm going to offset 36, press enter, select this line, and offset to the right. So yeah, this is why when you trim stuff out, it's like, man, I got to trim all these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in TR for trim. And then I'm going to select where you see cutting edges here. I'm going to click on cutting edges, and I'm going to click this line here, press enter, and then select this line. And then that's going to cut it out all the way through instead of having to trim out each little place it runs into another wall. And then we can trim out this and this to get that window opening. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to offset 24 inches this line to the left. I'm going to offset 36 inches this line to the left. And again, I'm going to type in TR. Click my cutting edge. Click this top line. Press enter. And then I can get rid of this and this and wait, undo that. I need to type in trim again because I use that as a cutting edge, and that wasn't on the cutting edge. All right. So there's those 2 windows. And I'll try to make them where they're the same on each side, where they're symmetrical if you're looking at it from the front. All right, so let's go counterclockwise. So there's a bedroom window over here. So in the bedroom, you always want to have an openable window that's wide enough that you can get out in case of a fire. So just kind of check your codes for what size exactly it needs to be. I don't want to tell you and get you in trouble. Like, oh, Mr. Leach, you told me that was a window and that was not big enough. But anyway, yeah, check your codes. But what we're going to do is I'm going to offset this line here. Let's offset that 12 inches here up. And I want to extend this line. So EX for extend to where it crosses over. Let me trim out this while I'm at it. And then I'm going to offset this 36 inches up. Trim. So there's a lot of offset, trim, Offset, trim, offset, trim. That's pretty much it. Drawing a line, offset, trim, extend. Those are pretty much the commands you need to create the plan. All right, so this master bedroom has I'm gonna say that's gonna be like a 5-foot wide window. It's right in the center of this wall. So I'm gonna draw a line from the midpoint of this line and kind of draw it perpendicular. Let me turn on my perpendicular object snap here so I can draw it straight across there. So that's a center line of my window. So I'm going to offset this line on both sides by 2'6". I'm going to go up, click the line again, go down, hit escape, erase this middle line, trim out this. So there's the opening for the master bedroom. All right, moving along. Now I got 3 windows over here. There's one that's going to be right over where the kitchen sink is. So that's probably going to be about a 3 feet wide window. So I'm going to try to assume where this would be. So your cabinets, usually they come in, what, 3-inch increments? So I'm just going to say that I'm going to offset 36 for that row, 36 here, 36 here. So I'm going to assume that the sink is going to go right in here. So I'm going to extend this line across. I'm going to trim this out, across there, trim out there and there. So that's where the cabinet ends. This other window is going to go. Yeah, I'm not sure for now. We can come by. We can come in and we can kind of adjust this later. So let's see. Let's try to make this even. So I'm going to, from the end of this cabinet down, I'm going to say that maybe that's 30 inches from here to here. And again, I'm going to extend this across and offset this 36. So this window is going to go here. I'm going to trim out this. Now I can get rid of this line. So that's window number 2. There's going to be our entry door is here. And then on the other side is another window. So I'm going to say that let's go another offset 30 here down. Actually, let's move that. Let's move that 6 inches down. 6. So I got 36 inches from the end of the window to the end of this door. I'm going to offset this 36 for our door opening. Trim that out. And we need one more window. We'll offset this 36. Offset this 36. I'll trim out this. Oh, there we go. So we got 3 windows, a window, a window, a window. There's a door there. And there's also a door over here to get out of the washroom. So I'm going to offset this 12 and then offset 36. This needs to be pretty wide of a door so that we can get our washer and dryer in and out of that door. So I'm just going to make this a 36-inch wide door. We can always, if we try to come back later and we put in our washer and dryer and it extends over our door here, we can move stuff around. So we've got room. So I'm just going to open that up, trim that out. All right, so there's that. There's another door over here. It doesn't need to be as wide as the other one. So I'm going to offset this maybe 6 from here. Offset this maybe 34 inches. Extend this down. Trim out this opening there. Then there's a door going into our master bedroom. So I think, if I remember correctly, like if you wanted to have a door wide enough for a person with a wheelchair to get through it, I think your door needs to be at least 2'10" wide as a minimum. Don't quote me on that, but I'm going to offset this line 4 inches from here up, and I'm going to extend this line straight over. So I'm going to offset this 2'10" up. Come on, pick that and up. Trim out this, this, and this. And the closest you can have a door, technically, to the wall is 4 inches because you got a double 2x4 kind of framing going around your door there. So as a minimum, try not to make it your door any closer than 4 inches to the next or the nearest kind of wall there. Same thing for the restroom here. This offset for again, if you wanted to get a wheelchair in here, it would be 2'10", I think, but this bathroom is not handicap accessible. So we're not gonna make this door 2'10". We're gonna make this door 2'6", 2'8". Let's go 30 inches. Offset 30 inches here. Make sure we got enough room here for a cabinet. Yeah, okay. So there's that opening. Another bedroom opening here. So again, offset 4. Offset 2'10". Yeah, there's many ways to do this. You can use the grips and drag the dot over. You can extend it. It's whatever's quicker for you. There's that. All right, so then we got another bedroom here. So again, I'm gonna offset this. What I could do is, I'm gonna copy, CO for copy. I'm gonna copy this line and this line, press enter. I'm going to copy it from this corner to this corner, and then just trim out that. Oh, there we go. That's another way you can do that. Then all we have to do is cut out the door openings for the closet. So I'm going to draw a line from the middle of this down. Let's say that I want to have, let's say offset 24 inches on each side. 24 there, 24 there. Let me get rid of this line and then trim it out. Same thing here. I'm gonna draw a line here across, offset 24. Erase this middle line, trim. All right, so I think we got our opening. So we got the 2 windows at the bottom. There's 3 windows and a door. There's a door, closet door, bedroom door, window. Oh, there's a little slider door right here for this to get into the bathroom from the master bedroom. So if that's 30 inches, I'm gonna have at least offset this 30. Probably want more than 30. Let's say slider. It's really a pocket door. I think it's a pocket door. I'll set this 30. Oops, that is not what I wanted to do. Undo that. I'm going to trim out this part. So your door kind of sticks out here and it slides back into the wall. So let me stretch this out about 2 more inches just to give us some extra room. All right, so we'll come back and we'll do the doors in just a minute. But we got all the openings. Oh no, there's another opening here. We got to get into our closet, right? So, duh. All right, so I'm gonna draw a line from the middle here, perpendicular over there. I'm gonna make this 24-inch wide closet. So I'm gonna offset this 12 above, 12 below. Erase this, trim it. All right, now are we done? Oh, no, we still got a closet here. Every time I think we're done, we are so not. All right, so then this, I'm gonna make this offset 24 above and below. We may need to adjust that, but we can do that later. All right, so I'm gonna erase this, trim. Yeah, if you get into the habit of typing in the shortcuts like trim, extend, line, offset, it's a lot better, faster than having to find it up here every time and go back and forth. If you use them after a while, it kind of becomes second nature and you don't even think about it. I would even like write the shortcuts on like a post-it note and stick it on the side of your monitor as you're learning what they are. So you can kind of look up and refresh yourself what they are. But I think we've got all our openings there. All right, so that's kind of part two, is after you've created the walls, create the door and window openings. All right, so part three. Part three is gonna be, we're gonna create a window. And I'm thinking, since most of these windows are the same size, I purposely drew them that way so that we could just make one window, hopefully, and make a block out of it and just copy it into the openings instead of having to draw a brand new window each and every time. So I think all the windows are 36 inches wide, except for the window in the master bedroom, which is 5 feet wide. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to, usually you draw your blocks on layer 0, but I'm gonna go up to layer properties. I'm gonna create a new layer. I'm gonna call it window. All caps. I like to use all caps. So window. Let's make it green. Make it green. I'm not gonna use the same line weight as my floor plan. So let's make it like a 0.18. I don't know. We can always come back and change these. Oh, and then I want to make that layer the current layer. So I'm gonna hit this stacked check mark row here. Hit the X. All right, so what we're going to do to create a window, I'm going to draw a line, and I'm going to make it 36 inches long. I'm going to offset that by the width of our exterior wall. So in this case, it's 6. It might be 4, depending on either 4 or 6, depending on kind of how you drew your wall. It could even be 12 if that's what you drew your walls at, but I'm going to offset this 6 inches down. What I want to do is I'm going to draw a line from the end. I could have used another rectangle tool, but draw a line. I'm going to offset these lines 2 inches for the frame. So over, click this one over, draw a line through here for the window. Sometimes you can put like a double line, but it's kind of if you want to get fancy. You know what? Let's do that. So let's say that our window is 1 inch, our glass is 1 inch thick, that's a pretty thick, but I'm going to offset this 0.5 up, 0.5 down. Let me get rid of this middle line here. Yeah. So then what I want to do is I'm going to erase the side lines here, because when we place this in our opening, we're going to have side lines where our walls are anyway. So let's say this is our window. So I think what we can do is, if I go to type in W-block, W-B-L-O-C-K, press enter. Okay, now it says we want to select a base point. So I'm going to pick a point like this bottom corner here. And then we want to select our objects. So right now it says we don't have any objects selected. So I'm going to click on here where it says select objects. I'm going to draw a window around this whole window. I'm going to draw a window around our window. Press enter. And then it says we're going to give it a name. So we're going to name this AutoCAD. We're going to name this here window. I can name it 36. Hold on, name it 36 window for 36 inches wide. It's in inches, and let's see, I think that's going to be good. We want to retain it, so it's going to Convert to block. Well, I don't want to delete it from the drawing. I'm gonna click on retain, yeah, and then just hit OK. This path is not valid. Okay, so yeah, I messed that up. So I'm gonna go to click on documents. Click on my documents folder, 36 window. Now I'm gonna hit OK. Okay, but anyway, now we have in our block section here in our panel, we can go to insert, click on insert. We're gonna go from maybe recent blocks. And so here's our 36-inch window that we just created. So I'm gonna click on this here. It says blocks are only available across devices if you select cloud storage, blah, 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 whatever. I don't care, hit the X there. So this, I want to maybe just kind of click and drag it in. Let's do that. Or I could click it and then redefine block. Also, yeah. All right, so when I click on it, now it grabs it by the intersection that we chose. That's probably what I should have done. I haven't done this in a while, as you can tell. But anyway, I'm on my intersection here. I can just click it and click on that opening there. Click it again, click it on this opening. Now some of these are turned the wrong way, so I'm not gonna be able to do that. So click it before you tick it. All right, so there's that one. What I could do is rotation. If I click on rotation now and click here, click my window, I'm gonna click here and rotate it straight up and do the same thing. Oh, that's our door. The window's up. No, that's, wait. Yeah, there's a window here. Drag it up. Click it again. Here, drag it up. Same thing here. Drag it up. So that window is going to be wider than we need. So, all right. So let me save this. Save this. Let me save this. All right. So to make our 5-foot wide window, I could just like take this one and scale it up by like 1.6667 in the X direction, but that, I don't think that would be exactly, it wouldn't get us exactly on there. So what I want to do is I'm just going to take this one here that I have started and I'm going to stretch it. So I'm going to type in S for stretch, type in C for crossing, and then I'm just going to do a crossing window around this right side here. Press enter, click a base point, and just drag it over by, what do I need, 2 inches? Wait, from 3, no, not 2 inches. I need 2 feet. 2 feet. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. 2 inches, what? Okay, and then, so I'm just gonna kind of move this window. Make sure you grab all the stuff. I'm gonna turn off my ortho, drag it over. I need to rotate this guy by 90 degrees. Turn my ortho back on. Need this thing straight up. And then I can move my window from one of the corners here, or one of the ends of the line, and put it on this line here. So there's our windows. So yeah, we kind of did that rather quickly, if I could remember how to do the blocks, because it's been a while, but instead of having to draw each one individually, so I'm just going to erase this window here. Don't need it. So yeah, we got all our windows. Now like Anakin said, this is where the fun begins. So creating the doors from scratch is kind of tricky, but we'll kind of get there. All right, so that's going to be the next step in our evil plan. So let me close this block box. Boom. All right, so let's go up to make another layer. Go layer properties. Go to new. Gonna make a door. Make a door. Make a door. All right, and then we're gonna make our door blue. And I'm gonna have the same line weight as the window, so 0.8. I'm gonna make this the current layer, hit the X. All right, so a lot of these doors they're not the same. They're not all the same width, same size. So trying to do like we did the window and make it all like one and just make a block and copy them all around. That's probably not going to be beneficial here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to create the actual door part first, and then I'll make a new layer, call it door swing, and then we'll come in, we'll add the door swing to it. And so let me kind of show you what I mean. Actually, I put a window where a door goes. This right here is, I need to get rid of this. Sorry, that's a door, not a window. All right, so now let's put a door right here where we took that window out. So I like to show my doors kind of fully open or 90 degrees, if I can. So I could also draw the rectangle tool, but I don't want to get too complicated. Well, let's just do a line so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So we're gonna use lines to create our door. So this door opens up, the hinges on this side. So I'm gonna start my line on this corner and draw it straight up. And this one is gonna be 36 inches tall, so 36. I'm gonna come over to the left. I'm gonna make this 2 inches wide. I'm gonna come back down 36 and then back over where we started. So that's our door fully open right there. So like I said, we'll come back, we'll do the door swing later. For the washroom here, I'm gonna draw another line from the corner straight out. I can't actually remember what we made that. I think we made that 24 inches. 24, down 2, to the right 24, up 2. Same thing over here. So start here, over 24, up 2, over to the right 24, then back down. I could type in C for close, C for to close, yeah. So there's that. Now here's where we're probably gonna need to like rotate some of these doors because this door is gonna smack into this other one. So I'm gonna type in L for line. And this washroom, it's gonna come straight up. So that's gonna be 34. To the right is 2, down 34. And then back over where we started. Yeah, while I'm at it, I'm gonna rotate these two doors. So I'm just gonna type in RO for rotate, press enter, draw a window around this, press enter again. So my base point is gonna be this corner here. And then I wanna rotate it negative 45. Yeah, boom. So negative 45. So when you rotate it clockwise, that's a negative angle. And then I'm gonna rotate this one here. Use this as my base point, and this is gonna be 45. Like so, it's still gonna be kind of, they can do some damage with each other right there. Anyway, we'll figure that out when we come back. All right, so then this one is gonna be line. It's gonna be 24 to the left, straight down 2, to the right 24, then up where we started. This bedroom door, we made that 2'10", right? Which is 24 plus 10, 34, yeah. 34, up 2, over 34. There's that. Let me skip that little pocket door for now. This one is gonna be from here over 30, down 2, over 30. And just close it where we started. This one here, this is the bathroom, this is a bedroom here. So line over to the left, 30, 34, yeah. Down 2, to the right, 34. And then close where we started. So there's that, another one here. 34, down 2, 34 to the right. We're going to go up. So there's that. These closet doors are going to be the same as these. What I could do is I could copy this or draw them over again. I'm going to copy these doors here and just make a base point. Turn my ortho off. Just going to drag this down to here. I'm going to make 2 actually. And then I'm going to rotate them again. I need to rotate this. Turn my ortho on. This one goes this way. Let me move previous from, oh, how does that go? I think from this one, this one, this one. I'm not sure. It's one of these. I got a 50-50 chance. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I got lucky. All right, so I'm gonna rotate this that way, then move previous here to there. Oh, that one didn't work out. What happened there? Hold on. DI from here to here should be 48. That's 48. From here to here, that's 48. Wow. Oh, I know what I did. See, this one I chose the wrong one. Okay, so this one goes from here to here. Oh, that looks so much better. I was getting nervous. All right, so there's that. Yeah, we almost got our doors. So the entry door here is going to be a line from here straight to the left, 36, down 2, to the right, 36. We can go up there. All right, so there's our doors. Now here is really, wait, let me add this pocket door. I'm trying to stall before we get to the door swings. So this pocket door, it's going to be 2 inches that goes into this wall, let's say. So what I need to do is I need to offset these outside lines 1 and 1, and then offset this. I forgot what we made that, 30? 30, yeah, 30 inches. Offset this over to the right 30 inches, and then trim out this, there. So our door is going to slide into this opening here. So I like to put like half the door sticking out and the other half kind of slid back through. So how can I do that? Let me draw. I'm just going to draw a door over here out of the way. So here over to the right 30. Go up. I'm going to go up 2. Over to the left 30. Close it. C for close. Then I'm going to move this from the midpoint to this intersection there. So there's that pocket door sliding through. Okay, now take a deep breath. All right, I got those. We have all our door openings. Now we just need to make our door swings. So, yeah, all right, let me save what we have here, save it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another layer. I'm gonna call this new layer door swing. If I can always do that. Door swing. Yeah, couple layers. And then I'm gonna make the color of this thing like either this 8 or 9. Let's make it 9. It's gonna be light. So this can be, the door swing can even be like 0.15, and then make that the current layer. So what we're going to do to create the door swings, we're going to draw an arc. So just keep in mind that you want to try to draw your arcs counterclockwise. So let's start with our entry door here, and I'll give you an example. So I'm going to go up to arc. I'm going to go to start center end is the option that I want. So the start is going to be here at this corner, and the center is going to be on our hinge, and it's going to end down here at the corner of this wall here. So if you start to draw your door swing and it goes in the opposite direction, I think you can hit the space bar or the tab key or one of those. Let's do one the wrong way just so we can verify that. So if I start let's create this door swing here. So I would want to start here and go this way, but let's say if I go the back way, so I'm going to go start center in. Let's say if I start it here and my center is here. See how it's swinging the wrong way? It says hold control to switch direction. So if it goes the wrong way, you can hold down the control key and then hold the control key. Yeah, and then drag it up here at the end here and then let go. That's a little trickier that way, but if you want to try to do it counterclockwise, but if you mess up, hold the control key down and it'll go the other way for you. Now here's is going to be interesting. So this here, I'm going to go 3-point arc. So start center in, not 3-point, I'm sorry, start center in. I'm going to start it here at this corner. My center is going to be at the hinge, and then I'm going to end it at this. It's really going to go through this thickness here to this point. So there's that. Actually, let me come back and do the 45 degrees doors at the end. So for this one here, I'm gonna go start center in. So I'm gonna start it here at this corner. The center is gonna be on the hinge, and it's gonna end at the wall. And let's do this one. Start it here, center. I think the center is always going to be on your hinge where the door hinge goes, and then the end is going to be right there. And then start center in. I think you kind of get the hang of it, but I'll try to go through these fast. So start, center, and again, start, center, end, start, center, end. All right, so there's all those. Now we need to do the 45 degree angles. So, oh wait, what did I do on this one? This one went way wonky. Yeah, there we go. Fix that. I didn't get the corner there. Yeah, okay, there we go. I try to jump off the track. All right, so this door swing for this, I'm gonna do the same thing. So start center in. I'm gonna start it here. The center is here. It's gonna end right there. And then I could mirror that, but let's do a start center in. So it's gonna start here this time. The center on the hinge. It's gonna end there, that corner. Yeah. So there's that. And there's no door swing for a pocket door. Just gonna leave it like so. What else do we need? Oh, we need that one, and then we'll be good. So again, I'm gonna go start center end. So it's gonna start. No, it's gonna. Now I'm confused. Oh yeah, it's gonna start here, center, and end. I had a brain fart there. All right, start center end. So it's gonna start here. It's gonna be the center here and the end here. Yep, there we go. All right, so there's our doors and our door swings. So, okay, now what we need to do is, not in this video because this one's almost an hour long. I rambled, but we need to add the room names. We need to add dimensions. We need to add the symbols, all that good stuff, the appliances, but we'll do that later on. All right, so save what you have right here and get a snack, take a deep breath, maybe take a nap, come back later. I'll make the videos to kind of complete out this awesome floor plan we got going. All right, peace.